Rabbit. Rabbits, also known as bunnies or bunny rabbits, are small mammals in the family Leporidae of the order Lagomorpha. Ornithologus cuniculus includes the European rabbit species and its descendants, the world's 305 breeds of domestic rabbit. Sylvilagus includes 13 wild rabbit species, among them the 7 types of cottontail. The European rabbit, which has been introduced on every continent except Antarctica, is familiar throughout the world as a wild prey animal and as a domesticated form of livestock and pet. With its widespread effect on ecologies and cultures, the rabbit is, in many areas of the world, a part of daily life as food, clothing, a companion, and a source of artistic inspiration. Rabbit. Temporal range. Late Eocene Holocene. Scientific classification. Kingdom, Animalia. Phylum, Chordata. Class, Mammalia. Order, Lagomorpha. Family, Leporidae. Included genera: Pentalagus, Bunalagus, Nesolagus, Romarolagus, Brachylagus, Sylvilagus, Ornitholagus, Porlagus. Although once considered rodents, lagomorphs like rabbits have been discovered to have diverged separately and earlier than their rodent cousins and have a number of traits rodents lack, like 2 extra incisors. Terminology and etymology. A male rabbit is called a buck, a female is called a doe. An older term for an adult rabbit used until the 18th century, while rabbit once referred only to the young animals. Another term for a young rabbit is bunny, though this term is often applied informally to rabbits generally, especially domestic ones. More recently, the term kit or kitten has been used to refer to a young rabbit. A group of rabbits is known as a colony or nest. A group of baby rabbits produced from a single mating is referred to as a litter, and a group of domestic rabbits living together is sometimes called a herd. The word rabbit itself derives from the Middle English rabbet, a borrowing from the Walloon robot, which was a diminutive of the French or Middle Dutch robber. Ecology. Rabbits are prey animals and are therefore constantly aware of their surroundings. For instance, in Mediterranean Europe, rabbits are the main prey of red foxes, badgers, and Iberian lynxes. If confronted by a potential threat, a rabbit may freeze and observe, then warn others in the warren with powerful thumbs on the ground. Rabbits have a remarkably wide field of vision, and a good deal of it is devoted to overhead scanning. The doe is aware that she gives off scent which can attract predators, so she will stay away from the nest to avoid putting the kits in danger, returning the nest only a few times a day to feed the kits. Rabbits survive predation by burrowing, hopping away in a zigzag motion, and, if captured, delivering powerful kicks with their hind legs. Their strong teeth allow them to eat and to bite in order to escape a struggle. The longest-lived rabbit on record, a domesticated European rabbit living in Tasmania, died at age 18. The lifespan of wild rabbits is much shorter. The average longevity of an eastern cottontail, for instance, is less than 1 year. Habitat and range. Rabbit habitats include meadows, woods, forests, grasslands, deserts, and wetlands. Rabbits live in groups, and the best-known species, the European rabbit, lives in burrows, or rabbit holes. A group of burrows is called a warren. More than half the world's rabbit population resides in North America. They are also native to southwestern Europe, Southeast Asia, Sumatra, some islands of Japan, and in parts of Africa and South America. They are not naturally found in most of Eurasia, where a number of species of hares are present. Rabbits first entered South America relatively recently, as part of the Great American Interchange. Much of the continent has just one species of rabbit, the tapeti, while most of South America's southern cone is without rabbits. The European rabbit has been introduced to many places around the world. Environmental problems. Rabbits have been a source of environmental problems when introduced into the wild by humans. As a result of their appetites, and the rate at which they breed, feral rabbit depredation can be problematic for agriculture. Gassing, barriers, shooting, snaring, and ferreting have been used to control rabbit populations, but the most effective measures are diseases such as myxomatosis and calicivirus. In Europe, where rabbits are farmed on a large scale, they are protected against myxomatosis and calicivirus with a genetically modified virus. The virus was developed in Spain, and is beneficial to rabbit farmers. If it were to make its way into wild populations in areas such as Australia, it could create a population boom, as those diseases are the most serious threats to rabbit survival. Rabbits in Australia and New Zealand are considered to be such a pest that landowners are legally obliged to control them as food and clothing. In some areas, wild rabbits and hares are hunted for their meat, a lean source of high quality protein. 68. In the wild, such hunting is accomplished with the aid of trained falcons, ferrets, or dogs, as well as with snares or other traps, and rifles. A caught rabbit may be dispatched with a sharp blow to the back of its head, a practice from which the term rabbit punch is derived. Wild leopards comprise a small portion of global rabbit meat consumption. Domesticated descendants of the European rabbit that are bred and kept as livestock account for the estimated 200 million tons of rabbit meat produced annually. Approximately 1.2 billion rabbits are slaughtered each year for meat worldwide. In 1994, the countries with the highest consumption per capita of rabbit meat were Malta with 8.89 kilograms, Italy with 5.71 kilograms, and Cyprus with 4.37 kilograms, falling to 0.03 kilograms in Japan. The figure for the United States was 0.14 kilograms per capita. The largest producers of rabbit meat in 1994 were China, Russia, Italy, France, and Spain. Rabbit meat was once a common commodity in Sydney, Australia, but declined after the myxomatosis virus was intentionally introduced to control the exploding population of feral rabbits in the area. In the United Kingdom, fresh rabbit is sold in butcher shops and markets, and some supermarkets sell frozen rabbit meat. At farmers' markets there, including the famous Borough Market in London, rabbit carcasses are sometimes displayed hanging, unbutchered, next to braces of pheasant or other small game. Rabbit meat is a feature of Moroccan cuisine, where it is cooked in a tagine with raisins and grilled almonds added a few minutes before serving. In China, rabbit meat is particularly popular in Sichuan cuisine, with its stewed rabbit, spicy diced rabbit, barbecue-style rabbit, and even spicy rabbit heads, which have been compared to spicy duck neck. Rabbit meat is comparatively unpopular elsewhere in the Asia-Pacific. An extremely rare infection associated with rabbits is food is tularemia, which may be contracted from an infected rabbit. Hunters are at higher risk for tularemia because of the potential for inhaling the bacteria during the skinning process. In addition to their meat, rabbits are used for their wool, fur, and pelts, as well as their nitrogen-rich manure and their high-protein milk. Production industries have developed domesticated rabbit breeds to efficiently fill these needs. In art, literature, and culture, rabbits are often used as a symbol of fertility or rebirth, and have long been associated with spring and Easter as the Easter bunny. The species' role as a prey animal with few defenses evokes vulnerability and innocence, and in folklore and modern children's stories, rabbits often appear as sympathetic characters, able to connect easily with youth of all kinds. With its reputation as a prolific breeder, the rabbit juxtaposes sexuality with innocence, as in the Playboy bunny. The rabbit is also known for its speed, agility, and endurance, symbolized by the marketing icons the Energizer Bunny and the Duracell Bunny. Thank you. Please subscribe and share this channel.